Before we get into multiplying polynomials, we're going to review what you went over last week with writing a polynomial in standard form. When we write a polynomial in standard form, that means we want to write it with the biggest exponent in the first position, and it's going to dwindle down to the smallest exponent in the last position. So if I look at this polynomial, I have four different terms: 7x minus 3x to the third plus 4 plus 12x squared. So whenever we simplify, whenever we add, subtract, multiply, even if it is not said, it is understood that your final answer needs to be written in standard form. So you need to arrange your terms from biggest to smallest. You kind of got to be OCD about it. So my biggest exponent is 3. So I'm going to write negative 3x cubed first. Next, I have a square, so plus 12x squared. Then I have that imaginary power of 1 plus 7x. And then I don't have an exponent that goes along with the variable, so that is last. That's called a constant, is plus 4. So I have 4 different terms. This is written in standard form. The leading coefficient is the number that is way out in front after we write it in standard form, and that is negative 3. Our second review is of classifying. So we classify based on how many terms there are. Monomial means 1 term. Binomial is 2. Tri is 3. And polynomial is many or more than 3. So take a second and I want you to classify each of these polynomials. So addition and subtraction breaks up terms. So we have 1 term. We have an addition and subtraction symbol for each of these, so it breaks it up into 2 terms. 2 addition subtraction symbols, so we have 3 terms and then many. This should look familiar when we're going to be multiplying polynomials. We've had values on the outside of a set of parentheses, and we use the distributive property to simplify. So the distributive property means that the negative 2 is going to multiply everything inside of the parentheses. You might have also heard the story that this outside number is a lifeguard, and it must jump into the pool and save both people. So I'm going to distribute negative 2 times 4x to get negative 8x. Negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10. So that is our simplified version. But the type of problems we're going to look at today are a binomial multiplying another binomial. We're going to use the double distributive property, which means we have 2 lifeguards on duty. I'm going to multiply x through to both values in the second binomial, and then I'm going to multiply 2 to everything in the second binomial. The first distribution we have is x times x. Now, x times x is x to the second power. x times 5 is positive 5x. Then we go to our second distribution. 2 times x is positive 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. We are almost complete. However, we can combine like terms because we have two terms who have the same exact exponent of 1. So I'm going to combine together 5x and 2x to get 7x. The plus 10 and the x squared plus will drop down. This example is similar. We're just working with bigger values. So I'm going to distribute the 2x through to the first number, the 2x through to the second term, then my second lifeguard. I'm going to distribute the 3 to the first term and the 3 to the last term. So with my first distribution, I have 2x times x. That gives me 2x squared. My second distribution is 2x times negative 3, which is negative 6x. My next distribution is 3 times x, which is positive 3x. And then lastly, we have 3 times negative 3, which gives me negative 9. Once again, I have like terms in the middle. So I'm going to combine negative 6 and positive 3 to get negative 3x. My minus 9 and 2x squared drops down.